Hey everybody, I am Kenya and welcome to my YouTube channel. So on today's video, I want to take you guys with me on a long 14-hour journey across the pond to Johannesburg, South Africa. So I hope that you guys enjoy the vlog. So let's go. This is editing Kenya. I just want to say, you know how we make fun of people for going to their gate to check if it's there before they go roaming around the airport? No, check your gate before. Check your gate when you get to the airport to make sure it's there before you go roaming off. So I get to the airport, I check in. Now, first of all, North Liberty Airport is always gonna be my favorite over JFK Airport. Got to the airport at like 6:20. I had already checked my bags, went through security, and went through customs by the time it was like 6:42. So anywho, I go up to the United Lounge, you know, just to hang out, read my books, eat some food, drink that wine, and then I get an alert to my phone saying, your plane is boarding. I'm like, oh snap. So I'm like gathering all my stuff to go to my gate. I go down and my gate was C128. So I'm walking, I'm like, okay, C120, 121, 122, 123, 124. I'm looking like, okay, where the rest of the gates? So I keep walking down. Now it's gate C135. I'm like, I'm looking around like, okay. I start walking back the other way. Like maybe I'll walk past it. So I go in my purse to pull out the paper ticket. It says C128. I'm like, okay, I'm like, let me check the app on my phone. Maybe they changed it. C128. While I was in my gate, it was like 4 gates in a cut over to the side, like in obscurity somewhere. Mind you, I done went to the lounge. I done had a few glasses of wine. I'm over here a little bit tipsy, trying to find my gate because it wasn't in chronological order with the rest of the gates. So you go to the airport, yes, check your gate first. Before you start going around in the airport, because I'm just like, what the hell? But anywho, that is all. Alright, so I've arrived at my destination. Here's my airport outfit. There's no full-length mirror here, but just this like Gap, the sweater I got from the Gap, some wide leg sweatpants and golden goose sneakers. And so I asked my hair braider that she's gonna braid my hair for me tomorrow what the weather was here. This girl told me summertime. So I don't feel like I have the appropriate attire for this weather. But let me show y'all my hotel room. I'm staying at the Santon Luxury Hotel. So I'm in the bathroom now. It's the shower. Over here is a separate room for the toilet. It's a little coffee bar area. Water. Oh, hot plates. Ain't nobody cooking. I'm on vacation. Washing machine, yes. So we got this. This is very cute. I'm not even going cap. Yes. Little eating table. Sofa. I believe this was like the suite. This is the bed. Here's a little desk. Yes. Then these are like, it's nighttime, but I'm sure in the daytime I'll be able to see like the whole city. And then the mall is right there. So I'm going to run over there. And here is the balcony. I'm on the 3rd floor, so nothing much to see. It is currently 8:20 p.m. here. But it is literally 1:20 in the afternoon back at home. So we're gonna go get us some food from the restaurant downstairs, come back up, We're gonna shower. I gotta go to the mall. I need like another sweater. I started to bring more, but I thought I was overpacking. But yeah, see you in a bit. All right, y'all. I got another espresso martini. I feel kind of classy when I drink these. I don't know. So I was told to bring the outlet that it's like Europe's, so I can plug in my stuff. Oh, this is not the right one. How am I gonna charge my stuff? I'll be back. Okay, good news, it does work. Just not in that outlet I was trying to plug it up in. So now I also bought this one right here, a little extender, so I could plug up other things that I have as well. Good morning. So today is my first full day in Johannesburg, and I have a hair appointment in 1 hour. She's gonna come to me, so I got my PJs on. So we're going to like freshen up, you know, just put on some inside clothes and grab some breakfast, and then come back and hopefully it'll be time for my hair appointment. But I just want to put my stuff away. I have a lot of like storage space to put clothes in, so, and I have to get my money out. She said it's 1,200 South African Rand, which is roughly $65, plus I'm gonna give her like a $10 tip. And yeah, and it's rainy. When I tell you I did not pack accordingly, like the clothing pieces I packed are very much for warmer weather, so we're gonna have to get really creative with the items that I bought in my suitcase. So if you see me rotating a few pieces, just know. I had to. It's cold and I'm gonna go to the mall, but I just can't justify buying more clothing pieces when I have so many clothing pieces at home. But yeah, let me get my day started. If you're gonna come to South Africa, bring your own washcloth. They don't have washcloths here. Hey everybody, so I'm here in Johannesburg getting my hair braided. My hair braider is from Zimbabwe, and so I asked her, what did she think about Black Americans?
Okay, hi everyone. I love the Black Americans. I love the fact that they know their ground, they know where to stand, they know what they want, they voice out, they are confident. That's what I like about Black American.
And she said it's hard to, what is it? You won't be able to mistreat Black Americans because we speak up.
You don't mess with American.
You don't mess with us.
Yes,
that's what our reputation is that we will nuck if you buck. Okay? And so yes, they love us here. And where's Princess from? She's also from Zimbabwe?
Yes, she's from Zimbabwe.
All right, so yeah, that's it, you guys. All right, so I got my hair braided. And I'm literally just gonna wear this outfit to the mall. Let's see. I'm trying to get a full body over here. Oh, the hair braider left her comb. But here are the pants, and we got Mary Jane's on. Then we just got this crossbody purse. I'm just gonna throw my phone in here. And yeah, and I got a leather jacket on because it's a little bit windy out. And then I thought I had an umbrella. Yes, I have my umbrella. So today was my first full day in Johannesburg, and when I tell you the time difference is kicking my booty, Like, I literally missed dinner because I came back to my room to take a nap really quick. It is currently like 11 p.m. here now. So I am going to take a sleeping pill so I can get up early in the morning for my excursion. But I got my hair braided. My hair braider was from Zimbabwe. She's a really nice lady. She was talking about Kendrick Lamar's 40 Acres and a Mule. Like, Kendrick is all the rage here in South Africa, okay? And when she got here, her and her assistant, I was offering them, like, do you guys want coffee? Do you want food? And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your hospitality. She's like, people here don't treat them kindly because they're from Zimbabwe and they treat Zimbabweans really bad. And she said one day this lady, she was doing this lady's hair, and this lady started yelling, an American woman, and get the gag as she was black, and started telling her, y'all are just like Mexicans in the US. I was like, I mean, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, but I definitely will not be talking to you like that. That's insane. And so we chatted. She did my hair. Everything was good. Let me show y'all. So I forgot my edge control at home, so my edges are not controlled. I just got knotless braids, and this is what they look like. And my hair is really fine, so I literally like the density to not be as full because my hair will literally break off. So got these. Gotta find some edge control around here. I'm sure I could find it somewhere. But did this, then I went to the mall because it's really rainy here. It's the summertime, they said it's rainy season. And I'm going to the, excuse me. I'm going to the safari, so I wanted to get a like crew neck sweater so I can be warm while on the safari. And I also needed to leave room in my suitcase because I want to bring back like some painting, something from here, you know. So I went to Sandton City Mall and I saw Kanye from Young, Famous, and African in the mall, and she was like power walking. She was walking like so fast, and I just happened to like look over, and I was like, oh snap, there she goes. And she's cute in person. The Uber rides here are so cheap. When I went to the mall is a good distance from here. It was $2.87 to get to the mall and $1.97 to get back. Where you gonna go? Like, what can you do for $1.97 in the US? All right, so that was pretty cool. Then I went over to Pandora. So one thing I want to start doing is collecting charms in every country that I visit for my charm bracelet. So during the Black Friday sale, I got this gold-plated charm bracelet from Pandora for like $150. So I specifically went to the mall today to go into Pandora, and I got a South Africa charm. It just says South Africa, and then I got like this little beaded thing on the end because I was told that if you take off your bracelet, all your charms might slide off and you might lose them. And I don't want to go country to country collecting charms and then a mistake happens and I lose my charms. So went in Pandora, got both of these, and I'm gonna like create like a mixed metal stack on this arm. But this bracelet is dedicated to charms from all the countries. So I'm excited about my charm bracelet, y'all. But I do have a tour early in the morning, so I'm gonna get my outfit out for that and get prepared. And then if you can see my battery, oops, you guys can see my battery is blinking, so I need to charge my camera battery. But yeah, I just wanted to come and check in with you guys. Literally came back and crashed, missed dinner. So yeah, see you later. I'm checking in, and the mirror in the bathroom is a lie because I look flawless in that mirror. It's rainy season. It is currently rainy season. It's summertime, which is rainy season in Johannesburg. So it's a little cooler than I expected. Hey everybody. So today is Wednesday, February 19th, and I am going on a walking tour to see the city of Johannesburg. It's an 8-hour tour, and I'm going to be picked up at my hotel between 9:15 and 9:30. So I'm up, I'm dressed, and I'm going to try to get breakfast before I get picked up. It's really rainy out. But today I'm just gonna go with the all white look. This is an all white tee from A New Day I got from Target last summer. And then these are just Ming jeans. They sell these in mango, and these are all white. And yeah. All right, the hair is freshly braided, but I forgot to bring my edge control, so my edges are untamed, but it's okay. I'm gonna try to be out of this room in 20 minutes to go to breakfast. So yeah, I'm gonna try to take my camera with me. I have this purse. So I got this purse from Koss, and I feel like it should fit my camera, my passport, my phone, and some money. I gotta take this tag off though. So, and I'm gonna wear my leather jacket as well with a linen shirt on top and Golden Goose sneakers. I saw a patent leather pair of Golden Goose sneakers online last week. I think I want to get those. Like, these are like my most favorite sneakers. They're very comfortable besides the Veja sneakers. So, and I only buy these sneakers like once a year, so it's like one splurge of like 600 or 500-ish, 600-ish dollars each year, which isn't bad. So, well, I don't think so. I deserve it. But yeah, let me finish getting ready. Alright, so this is the complete look. We're going with all white today. I am going to put on my leather jacket because it's a little cool out. But here are the sneakers. We got on our all white. I just tied my shirt up right here just to make it, you know, a little feminine. And I packed my umbrella, so. Y'all think this could fit in my purse? My edges are looking real suspect. Ooh. Lip check. I got this scarf, which I was thinking of like tying it. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in my purse just in case I need to whip it out, but let me go off to eat breakfast and then take you along with me for the tour.
One would be used as a water bucket, the other one as toilet bucket. 23 hours locked up inside yourself with 1 hour outside, living on a diet of rice water. If you look on top, we have the barbed wire preventing the prisoners from escaping. This is cell number 13, the lucky cell. Anyone kept please come through. Hurry. Please come through.
Okay. Terrible this rain.
Okay, so we have these old buildings, the awaiting car block. Why not for himself? What one more?
They're allergic to canned food?
Yes, even I myself am allergic to canned food. So within a public school, again, when it comes to intuition stationery, as a parent necessary, you don't need to pay for anything. The government will simply cater. But then again, if you go to a private school, you name it, you pay for it. So Miss Kenya, welcome to the Beverly Hills of Soweto. So we say this is the Beverly Hills of Soweto. Reason being, for most of these houses, we tend to say they could be anywhere in the world. And with this area, it still holds its status by being the richest square mile.
It looks like Miami a little bit.
Yeah. And to say the houses can be literally anywhere within South Africa or in the world generally. So anyone that can afford to stay anywhere in South Africa, in most cases, for most people who are rich or wealthy, coming from Soweto, they simply buy themselves houses within this part.
Hold on, let me get the kid dancing. Oh no, he done stopped.
You didn't have a wall at all.
B&B, Mama Lou's B&B, what is that?
It's an Airbnb.
Oh.
Yes, so you see it doesn't have a wall at all, but the landscape, she's got like a beautiful landscape.
Okay. All right, Mama Lou,
Lolo is.
It's some kids.
Yeah. So common to see tailors and barber shops. For most people, they believe in doing their own, unlike waiting for the government for an income.
Okay.
As you can see, someone is selling used car tires, of which I don't recommend since it's rainy. They are slippery.
Yeah. Tires are expensive.
Very expensive. So when it comes to this road is known to be Chris Hani Road. With Mr. Chris Hani, I'm sure you read something about
Chris Anya?
Chris Hani.
Honey, I don't, yeah.
He was a huge activist who put it for one with electricity. All the wires are coming from the left, going to the right. And if you look at the right hand side, all the wires are connected illegally.
Okay, illegally?
Yes, illegally. As you can see, they're just balanced by sticks. So each time there's a lot of wind here, some of these wires get to trip and fall. And again, with the government, now and again, he does come here, take down all of the illegal connection.
Alright, you can keep.
And this is our toilet.
This tall thing is the toilet?
Yeah. This is our toilet.
What about this one?
And this one's a toilet too.
Okay, so it's like shared from one house or just the whole
From
community?
one yard. It's each toilet. Plus mine. I will try whatever I had to share with you. We don't have electricity.
Okay.
We don't have electricity here. They are stealing this.
You're stealing electricity?
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, those people who can like have money to put the electricity that we are stealing from government, they can. But most of us are using gas stove and primary stove.
Okay.
That is working with paraffin to cook our common meal that we have in this community. Most of us, it's a pap and a
What's your name?
Likona.
Lakwana.
Yes.
So tell them how to say hello in Zulu.
Sanibonani.
San Bonani, everybody, okay? So this is my Zulu friend. Thank you. All right, what's your ethnic group called?
Tswana.
Okay, what's your name?
Colin.
Okay, how do you say hello in Etswana?
I say Dumela.
Okay.
And how are you is okay.
And what is it?
How are you?
How are you is Kokai?
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, so today I did a full day tour of Johannesburg. a tour guide came to my hotel. He picked me up. I found the tour on an app called Get Your Guide. It was $105, and I recommend. And when I tell you, these South Africans, they be so calm. He calls me up and says, oh, I'm 2 minutes away from the hotel. 20 minutes roll by. He pulls up, he goes, oh, I'm in 2 minutes African time. Yesterday when I got my hair braided, same thing, the hair braiders, that girl took her time getting here. And she was just like, oh, I got caught up. I said, all right, we on CP time. Y'all need to start letting me know that it's CP time that y'all pulling up, okay? Got me rushing and eating breakfast real quick, drinking my coffee real quick. Shoot, I love it here. And when I tell you, these South Africans are so calm, so cool, so collective, I'm like, I'm sorry, but black people back home, we be rowdy. We be rowdy. When I tell you, black people, they just walk into work calmly, moving about calmly. Hi, how are you? Smiling. We in traffic. Nobody is honk. Everybody just chilling. We driving past a neighborhood and there's like a group of people on a corner. So as we drove by, I said, why they standing on the corner? And the driver said, oh, their power is probably out. They probably out because their power is out. Because he said that their power would be going out or whatever for like 2 to 4 hours a day. But when I tell you these people are the calmest, yes. So first things first, I'm staying in a neighborhood called Sandton. I'm staying at the Sandton Hotel, which is a really nice hotel. There's so many like amenities here. There's an art gallery on site. And he said that this is like the richest neighborhood in Johannesburg, and it's pretty new. He compared this to Dubai, which is very new. Like this is very new. It doesn't have much history. And that all the money is here. People come here to work, but they live like outside of Sandton. So he said that my hotel was very fancy and ritzy ditzy, which I feel like it is a really nice hotel. When I got here, I didn't expect it to be what it was for the money that I paid. I was just like, oh, yes, you know? So anyway, we went to Constitution Hill. And one of the things that stood out to me about that tour was that Johannesburg is on hills. And people who are in solitary confinement, when it rains, he said sometimes that the water will go into their cells and it would go up to their knees, sometimes to their waist. That means it would be above their beds. So at nighttime they would have to sleep on wet beds. They'd be sleeping in mildew. And a lot of things like venereal diseases, outbreaks, Ebola, all types of things broke out in the jail because it was very filthy, like unclean, blankets dirty. And so we learned that the black prisoners got the worst treatment, then the coloreds and the Chinese got like a little better treatment, and then the white people got like the best treatment in the prison system. And so that was Constitution Hill. And then we went to the Apartheid Museum. I met a girl from New York at Constitution Hill, so we exchanged phone numbers. We're gonna meet up when I get to Cape Town. So then we went to the Apartheid Museum. Now the Apartheid Museum, I was there for 2 hours. It was just so much information. When I tell you that black people, we've been through so much. We've been through so much. I saw the girl that I met from New York at the Apartheid Museum, and she was like really emotional. And when I tell you, just reading all the placards, and they had like movies on, like with like short clips and interviews, Nelson Mandela interviews, just things that went on during the apartheid. And when I tell you, and so back to Constitution Hill, I forgot to mention there were these older ladies protesting outside, and my tour guide said normally on sunnier days, because today was like rainy, it was kind of cool, that there are a lot more people protesting outside of Constitution Hill because they were promised land that they never received, and so they're protesting. Just like black people were promised 40 acres and a mule, they were promised land after the apartheid and they never got it. So they protest basically every day about it. So back to the Apartheid Museum, it was just so much to take in, and there was so much hate against Indians, so much hate against the Chinese. So yeah, it's just wow. I recommend the Apartheid Museum for sure. Then we just like drove around a few landmarks, and like I got a few photos in. While at these landmarks, he was just like telling me brief histories of them. Then we drove past this like mountain of like trash. He was like, oh, that's Garbage Mountain. I'm like, what do you mean? That's where everybody dumps the trash. It's a mountain filled with trash. It was like, wow. Then we went over to Soweto. We looked at some beautiful neighborhoods, and then we went to like the less beautiful neighborhoods. And he was saying that the 10 neighborhoods, the roofs of their homes are made with asbestos to this day. When I tell you, like I said, I'm never complaining about anything again, because I feel like in the US we complain about not having material things, but we have so much. I don't think that us as Americans understand how much we have. We have so much. And just thinking, my closet filled with clothing pieces, and these are like 2-room shacks. People that don't have much. Like, it was just wow. That's all I'm gonna say. And then he was telling me that the a lot of it was like military barracks, hostels, like built like back in the day, and it was built from miners. And so there were 8 men to a 1-room hostel. There were 8 beds. 8 men slept there during the day shift, and then they woke up, went to the mines at night, and then the ones who were mining at night came and slept in the bed during the day. So it wasn't even like it was their bed. They were sharing beds with other men. And Johannesburg had a lot of gold, and the Dutch came and they mined all the gold from Johannesburg. He said there's still some gold, but he said that Johannesburg is hollow. And so as we were driving down certain streets, like the streets were just caving in, because after they like basically raped the land of its resources, they just left it. And so I'm like, you mean to tell me that the Dutch came in, they mined Johannesburg of all this gold, and then they just left it, and now all the streets are sinking in, like they're just falling, they're caving? He's like, yeah. So we're driving through one of the streets, and he was like, yeah, in about 5 years all this is going to be caved and it's going to be gone. It was like cones and just a hot mess. And a lot of the streets felt like, sometimes I felt like I was in New York, sometimes I felt like I was in Paris, sometimes I felt like I was in a 3rd world country. Like all the blocks that you go through, it was just a lot to take in, you know. Then we went to an area where there was a school shooting. The white militia came with like AK-47s and just was shooting up the schools for like 2 days straight, killed mad kids. Just a whole lot of I feel like by the end of the tour I was just over all the travesties. I was just like, when is it gonna stop? And we went to Nelson Mandela's old neighborhood in Soweto, and I also learned that Desmond Tutu lived on the same street. It's very touristy. And when I was in Soweto, I was asking the tour guide, like, is it safe for me to have my cell phone out? Like, should I be over here like all touristy and shit? He was like, yeah, you're fine, you're totally fine. And people, they were just like looking at me like tourists. They said that they just call us tourists. I myself would just be a tourist. And I was like asking him when I got back in the van, like, do you think that when white people come here that they're like so scared, that they're scared? Like, you know, he was telling us about his spiritual practices and ancestors and, you know, all that good stuff. And my tour guide was like, you know what, sometimes I think that white people come here just to see if anything has changed, just to see if the people are still living in poverty, just to see, you know, just for it to like, he's basically, he feels like it does something to their ego to know that like black people are still living a certain way in South Africa. I was like, wow, that's crazy. But yeah, so that was my day. It is currently 8:54 p.m. here, and it is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time back home. I have to be up by 5 a.m. because I have a tour, and I'm going to be getting picked up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I am so sleepy. But another thing, I need to find some South African food. Everything I'm eating here is Western food. Steaks, wings, pizza. Where is the South African food? I did not travel all the way to South Africa to be eating food I could eat at home. And it's like, where is the flavor? Where is the seasoning? This is South Africa. Why y'all making Western cuisine? Colombia, y'all got the best food. Cartagena, Colombia to be exact. Y'all put y'all's foot in that food that y'all made when I was there. And I was expecting to get the same when I got to the motherland. And then I met a man from Uganda when I was at like one of the restaurants downstairs earlier, and he was like, you are not really in Africa. You travel to the motherland, but this is not really Africa. He said South Africa, especially this area, is developed. You're going to Cape Town next. It's developed. That's not Africa. I said, oh. I said, well, I plan to go to Tanzania and Nairobi, Kenya next. He said, yeah, you do that. Or come to Uganda. But I'm going to catch y'all tomorrow, okay? I'm going to call y'all back tomorrow. Deuces. Okay, so I am going on a safari tour. I didn't really pack as many warm clothes as I should have. It's pretty cool. I literally just have on a New Day t-shirt, and I got this at the mall from H&M, the Santon City Mall. And then I have these pants. These are Veronica Beard. I saw these in patent leather. I really want to get them. They're so cute. I think I'm gonna get them. So I'm gonna carry this Brandon Blackwood purse with this tote bag with my camera in it and my umbrella just in case it starts raining again. Oh yeah, and I always pack my pepper spray in my luggage. I forgot I brought it with me, and I was going through my luggage and I saw this. I was like, yes. So you just never know. You gonna have to whip it out, okay? Let me knock on some wood that I don't have to whip nothing out. It is 5:42 a.m. One thing about traveling is, like, when you travel, it's like your brain tells you to pack cutesy outfits, but if it's somewhere you're gonna be like touring and like exploring the culture, you literally need to pack like sneakers, things that are comfortable. Yeah. All right, I got like these greenish sunglasses. Maybe I'm ODing on the green, okay? We got these greens because I'm not wearing any makeup today, so got this. I like the way that these pants fit. If I find out that it's really cute. All right, let me put y'all in my bag so that we can go to the safari. See you in the next clip. So this safari tour was $162.69 with taxes. I was picked up from my hotel and they actually picked me up on time. But I have a quick story. So I actually saw Nelson Mandela in person. It was the year 1990, okay? And my dad was like, oh, Nelson Mandela is getting out of jail and he's supposed to be on the last float at a New York City parade. So we go over to the parade. Mind you, I am a very small kid, maybe about 7-ish years old. We watched the whole parade and Nelson Mandela is indeed at the last float. And when we see him, he is just like leaning over the float, like slapping our hands, like giving us fives and stuff. That was the highlight of my Father's Day because my father was very pro-Black. I learned a lot about South Africa as a kid, watched the movie Serafina. So I've been dying to get to South Africa since I was a small child. But yes, I have to tell everybody that story that I've actually seen Nelson Mandela in person. I can't say that I met him because like it wasn't a formal meeting, but I was a small kid and I definitely got to see him in person when he got out of jail. And I believe it was like around 1990-ish. And that is all. And also, this safari ride, when I tell you it was so serene, like it was just such an amazing and calming feeling just to be riding through the safari.
Smile at the camera, flesh, look at everybody, big eyes.
My pantyhose are ripped and this is just a full leather skirt. This is a sheer shirt that I got from Forever 21, but my bra is also sheer, so I gotta keep this closed. So we got that. Then we have these socks, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep them on. I mean, I guess the fit doesn't look too bad. I feel like the socks make it look a little different.
The bees. This one is a Pioneer. The grape varietal is a Pioneer.
Okay.
And then it's more of an acidic line, but it's fruitier than the previous one that you were having. I've also noticed the difference in color. You can now compare.
Okay,
This one is a little more yellowish than that one. So anytime you see a little bit of yellow, goldenish color in your wine, you know that it's been aged in a wood barrel.
Anytime I see yellow, it
A
means
little bit of yellow or goldenish in your wine, you know that it's been aged in a wood barrel.
okay, a wood barrel. Okay.
So it's not always that it's going to be like bright. Like this one is a lighter.
Okay. So what is your name?
Levala.
Okay. And what is your tribe?
Situ.
Okay. Spell that.
Sotho.
Okay. And how do you say hello in Susu?
Dumelang.
Okay. Are you single? She's very pretty, right?
Not really.
Oh, she's not single.
And my name actually means forget.
Her name it means forget. Okay. All right. Thank you, Lisa.